obviously we have All Blacks captain Scott Barrett and All Blacks head coach Scott Robertson. Questions, but Scott's just going to say a few opening remarks before we start taking questions. Points okay.
Yeah, well, it's not just. Firstly, just like to acknowledge Cody Taylor's 100th game and also the win to the Pumas. They earned it tonight. They played extremely well and amazing game and amazing facility. So well done to them.
Scott Robertson, condolences on the defeat. Obviously, the All Blacks' first loss to Argentina in Argentina. What's your reaction?
Yeah, test footy's tough. You know, when you get 3 yellow cards and the aerial game that they dominated, so we just didn't get a lot of little things that in our way, which is earned off efforts, etc. And just a simple. There's lots of little areas that I can talk about, but that's fundamentally how they got the domination of the game. Yeah.
Was it the 3 yellow cards ultimately that?
Yeah, as I mentioned, those 3 yellow cards. Look, I have to look at them again. Just those are interpretations from the referee that they make them at that time, and he made 3 of them.
Scott Barrett, how was it for you out there trying to overcome the yellow cards and then I guess for the Pumas and get that?
Yeah, we're under the pump, I guess, with just heard from the stats, our statistician, and with 40% territory and 40% ball, it's sort of hard to win a test match when the Pumas get a roll on like that. They were a class act tonight, and we didn't quite front up where we needed to.
Did you see that performance coming last week?
Yeah. If I saw it coming, might have been a little bit different. We put a lot into this week to make sure that we tidied up areas from last week that we could get better at, and we just didn't execute well enough when we had those opportunities. They did. They were hungry, won a lot of those scraps, and fed off the crowd.
The injury to Cortez Latimer, what can you tell us?
Yeah, he's getting checked out at the moment by the doc. But he's tough. He's a tough little fellow. For him to come off, he's pretty sore.
And I guess tough trek home in a couple of weeks. Are you confident you can turn it around with what's coming with the Springboks?
We have to just acknowledge what we need to get better at and just own it, and we're going to move forward quickly.
Well,
sorry, one for both. First up for Coach Scott, what was the main difference between last week's match and this week's match? And also for Scott Barrett, it's like the same question, but inside the field, probably what changed in the Pumas that you saw this week in comparison to last week?
They won a lot of areas of the game that really mattered. Like I said before, the aerial game was a big part of it. A lot of the scraps and ball on the ground, how the ball. We made too many execution errors, especially when we got down that end. Things like kickoffs that we put so much time and effort into, we didn't execute, and they just kept the pressure on. We just couldn't put enough pressure on them, and that was probably the story of the game.
Yeah, I think probably the 2 parts of the game last week that the Pumas got, I guess, confidence from was a little bit through the middle when their forward pack got a roll on, that created that fast ball, and probably that period within the second half where they, from last week's game, I guess they carried that forward, and just instead of being 20 minutes, it was probably more like 40 or 50 minutes where they pinned us an hour and a half, and that's pressure turns into points pretty quickly.
Thank you.
Para el traductor, para Barrett, si cree que el partido lo perdieron en los puntos de contacto o en dónde?
What if you think if the loss was on the physicality or where was the key of your yes?
Yeah, I think there was certainly physicality.
En el punto de contacto, sobre todo en la physicalidad.
Sort of hats off to the Pumas. They responded
Felicitaciones para el Pumas, respondieron muy bien
and were able to just keep the scoreboard ticking over.
y pudieron seguir anotando puntos.
Bien, para Scott, este es un proceso relativamente nuevo.
New process, your process.
¿En qué etapa de ese proceso está Nueva Zelanda con vistas a la Copa del Mundo? Y si lo podría categorizar de 1 a 10, o sea, estamos en un punto determinado.
Stage of your cycle as a head coach of New Zealand Rugby towards the World Cup are you, and if you can rate your cycle, your stage as a coach from 1 to 10 now?
I'm just going to reflect on this game really. We've got really high standards for ourselves that
Tenemos mucha confianza sobre nuestro juego.
that have been set by other teams, and we've got to reach them each week. So
Una semana complicada, pero
he's tested its own story, and we've got to write it the best we possibly can through effort. And tonight
tuvimos una muy buena semana. La verdad que no se dieron los resultados, pero fue una buena
tonight we
semana.
didn't show it. Yeah.
Vamos a ver cómo lo podemos sacar adelante.
¿Y en el proyectado rumbo a la Copa del Mundo en qué etapa está?
Towards the World Cup, in which stage are you now?
Like I said, I'm concentrating on this game. I'm just concentrating on this game.
Solo está pensando en este partido.
Hello, for Rugby Champagne, for both. If you can say a few words about Cody Taylor and this important match for him.
Did you want to say something?
Yeah, Cody, he's a leader within our group, a man with a lot of respect and, mana by his peers and previous players who have played with him and against him. It's a huge achievement to play 100 times for your country, and, he's someone who wears his heart on his sleeve. He's a hard-working guy, a family man, and, it's a pretty proud moment for him to reach that milestone. As a team, despite the result, we would have loved to have the win for him tonight. Wasn't to be, but I'm sure, he'll be proud of playing 100 Test matches for his country.
Thank you. Yeah. Cheers.
Gracias. Una pregunta para ambos. ¿En qué puntos consideran que los Pumas les complicaron el partido? ¿Con qué cosas les complicaron el partido que no pudieron revertirlo?
Which were the key points of Pumas for which were a complication for you through the game and you couldn't resolve it?
Look, as I mentioned,
Como mencionaste,
the aerial game was superb. They
el
gathered a
juego
lot,
fue fundamental para ellos. Fueron vencidos.
and they stayed composed and executed a lot of their plays. So just continual pressure.
Tuvieron muchas jugadas, salieron bien y ejercieron mucha presión y con eso no pudieron revertir.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Muchas gracias. Thank you. Thanks, everyone.